The AI gravy train is over, ladies and gentlemen. You know, GPT 5.4 Nano, so it's priced at 20 cents per 1 million tokens. All right. We have $1.25 per 1 million output tokens. So input is 1 million, 20 cents. Output is 1 million for $1.25. Google's Gemini Flash Lite tiers, so it's 10 cents per input and 40 cents per output per 1 million tokens. And then Anthropic Claude Haiku 4.5 list is 1 million per token input and 5 million per output tokens. So if you're a customer for AI, this has been great news, right? Because these AI companies have been subsidizing your use. And what they're doing, you know, you have $100 plus whatever Claude cost, I think. You know, the cost for Anthropic, one person I think I saw racked up like 28,000 or something ridiculous, 28,000 in token usage, I guess. And their membership is what, $100 a month or $200 a month. So that's what's happening. These AI companies are subsidizing your use. Now, there's a lot to get into in this report, so this might be a longer video. I don't know how long this one's going to last, but it's a nice day, so we're out here. Just hope you guys, you know, enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Yeah, so what do you think is going to happen? I think Anthropic's already making the move, basically saying, hey, look, we cannot continue to subsidize this. So they're already making small changes. Basically what's happening is, since this AI token usage has gotten so expensive, they're having to basically say, hey, look, we can no longer support a lot of the same features on the platform, or you know, with our tools, and basically, you know, we have to scale back, like for certain times a day. I think during like high demand periods, it's basically surge pricing is what they're implementing. So Anthropic is going with like a surge pricing model for certain things. So this will be interesting because, you know, as I've been saying, they've been subsidizing this for so long. It's kind of like if you think about social media with Facebook, the ads didn't really start showing up until what, like the mid, you know, like when Facebook was more a mature platform, maybe like mid 2010s, right? Is when you really started to get into problems where advertising was just out of control, right? But it used to be, you get on these social media platforms and there would hardly be any ads at all. Now what we're seeing is not only are they going to be putting ads in these AI chatbots, but now they've got everybody addicted. And I made a video kind of humorously pointing at the fact that they basically turned us into a bunch of AI crackheads, essentially. So what we've been doing is, and I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize my video for saying that, but at the end of the day, like, look, like Google, or not Google, what am I saying? Anthropic is getting us all addicted. I guess Google Gemini too. And on top of that, we have GPT 5.4. So, you know, what I've been hearing around the block, and let me know if you guys think I'm wrong on this, I've been hearing that basically all these AI companies are going to be stripping features away, and basically their chatbots are going to be getting worse as they continue to experience exponential costs with these AI chatbots. That's what I'm hearing. And also, don't be surprised if your subscription price goes up, because they've got us all addicted, and now they have the leverage, and they can jack it up to whatever price they want, and a lot of people are still going to pay because they've gotten us all addicted to extreme productivity with artificial intelligence. So, you know, when we think about how much they are spending in terms of like infrastructure spending alone, we have Amazon targeting $200 billion in CapEx in 2026, Alphabet $175 billion to $180 billion, and Meta is at $115 to $135 billion. You know, think about the electricity usage, the amount of energy. So at the same time, we have U.S. power demand rising from 4,195 billion kilowatts in 2025 to 4,244 billion kilowatts per hour in 2026. And 4,381 expected in 2027. So continuously rising usage of electricity, power demand is exploding. 110 gigawatts of AI data center projects are now in planning globally. This implies a potential bill of 6.6 trillion. You heard me correctly on that, guys. 6.6 trillion. Absolutely insane. Challenger Gray and Christmas said AI was the top cited reason for announced layoffs. We've talked about this, you know, 15,000 job cuts and then 52,000 in the tech sector. Thomson Reuters found that AI-wide adoption in professional services climbed to 40% in 2026 from 22% a year earlier, but only 18% of their respondents basically are tracking the return on investment when it comes to AI. So what's happening is these companies are implementing AI, but you know how a lot of them have these key performance indicators, and but they're not really tracking the productivity when it comes to this artificial intelligence. So not only do we have skyrocketing electricity bills, this is a huge problem. A huge problem on the water and the electricity grids. And I've made separate reports on water. I made one recently, actually. You can check it out. Everything's been translated into Spanish and also Portuguese and German, by the way, working on German. So check that out. If you're a foreigner watching this video on YouTube, I know YouTube auto dubs my videos, but my videos are now, my articles as well are now available in other languages. So that's great news if you're international and you watch my videos. But thank you all for tuning in, by the way, and making it to this point. We have some more stuff to get into. So, for most of 2024 and 2025, investors basically, all these VC firms were giving hyperscalers a free pass on CapEx, and for good reason, because the revenue is quite exponential. When you actually look at how much revenue these companies are doing, I have to say, think about this. Amazon projected, well, we already talked about the CapEx. I'm trying to find the revenue numbers. We'll get to the revenue numbers, but basically they're generating such a substantial amount of revenue. The problem is it's not turning into profit. And, your $20 ChatGPT subscription, OpenAI is probably subsidizing that by, hundreds of dollars, depending on how much you use it. But basically, at the end of the day, you have massive water, massive electricity usage. When we think about water in particular, here's another interesting point. 1 trillion liters of water in 2025. This is from the North American, let me see, who reported this? I don't know, but it says North American data centers consumed nearly 1 trillion liters of water in 2025, roughly comparable to New York City's annual usage. Meta's water usage rose 51% from 2020 to 2024. So water usage, a massive one. Meta announcing potentially 20% workforce reductions. So I've made videos on the white collar job apocalypse. Check that out if you're interested. Now, here's the revenue part I wanted to get into, because this is where, it gets interesting. When you think about the potential revenue, OpenAI tops 25 billion. But think about this, all these VC firms and everybody who's been subsidizing them, they're not going to do that forever. So what's going to happen is you're going to have OpenAI go public. That's one of the reasons I think they're racing to do an initial public offering at some point. And when you think about, the revenue run rate for Anthropic as well, 9 billion at the end of 2025, anticipated over 30 billion in 2026. If I'm not mistaken, I think Anthropic might be trying to go for an IPO as well. But when you think about gross margin, when you think about gross margin, eventually net margin on this, what is the return on all this? The trillions of dollars essentially being invested into artificial intelligence. The compute costs required to serve inference at scale are substantial and still rising. The pricing pressure from competition is relentless, and the customer acquisition costs for enterprise AI products are not trivial. Investors who simply extrapolate revenue run rates without stress testing the margin structure are making the same mistakes they made with many cloud software companies during 2020 and 2021. So the same type of hype is there, right? And I've been saying this, this is not going to last forever. This is like an internet.com bubble type thing. What you are going to see, and I think this is going to happen with large cap money flows going into small caps. That is something I think you are going to see, and that's really something to watch out for. So think about this. If you're an investor, what are you looking at in terms of your actual opportunities? Well, think about who's selling all the shovels, right? Now, in terms of data centers in particular, now you can look at NVIDIA, but think about infrastructure enablers, power companies, semiconductor manufacturers, network equipment providers, data center operators, construction. There's one company I was looking at, I forget the name of it, but it was a data center construction company that was publicly traded. Enterprise software companies need to prove return on investment ultimately, not just adoption. So the next 12 months are going to, apparently, according to this report, separate the genuine AI value creators from the companies that slapped a chatbot on their existing product, which makes sense. As time goes on, you're going to see a divergence between, just as you did with the dot-com bubble, no matter what happens to the stock market, even if we don't see a major crash or whatever, you're still going to see the investment flows shift elsewhere, because with every new technology, there's always a FOMO cycle. Everybody gets pumped up. It was no different even with like NFTs and stuff. Same thing. Everybody gets hyped up, and then the hype wears down, and then people start to come to their senses. It's the natural classic cycle of fear and greed. There's no other way to explain it. And the problem is the greed can quickly turn to fear. I've been a living proof of this. So I want you to understand, as somebody who's lived fear and greed, both sides, extreme fear and greed, I understand completely where this, this comes from in terms of what these AI companies are looking at, like these investors. They want to get a return on investment, but right now everybody's got FOMO. It's going parabolic, and the greater fool theory. Everybody's hopping on board. Everybody is trying to get rich from this thing. Internal stakeholders are trying to get rich, but also the external investors are trying to get rich. And the amount of FOMO is unreal. It has been unreal, but it's not going to last forever. Consumer AI applications face the highest competition risk. The pricing war at the model layer will compress margins for any business that lacks proprietary data, unique distribution, or deeply embedded workflows. Consumer-facing AI apps with thin moats face the most exponential threat or pressure. I mean, this makes sense too. If your product is a ChatGPT wrapper, and basically you just have a chatbot that is, plugged in with a certain theme, and that's all you're doing. Now, the thing is, there's all kinds of ways to use AI. It's not just about the end product. It's not just about having an AI chatbot that's a wrapper for ChatGPT. But you can use AI to automate a lot of your workflows. It does help out. It helps out with content creation. It really can, but you don't want to leverage it too much because, as I mentioned, what happens if we have to go back? What happens if this gets out of control for a lot of people and people have to stop using AI? Oh, yes, you have to write your own book, instead of having AI, or you have to actually write your own whatever. It's like people are so addicted to this already. So at the end of the day, that's what I'd look for as an investor, though, since, if you're an investor, infrastructure enablers are the main one. Power companies, semiconductor manufacturers, network equipment providers, and data center operators are the main things. That's what I'd be looking at. But at the end of the day, the first thing we mentioned, the cost, the extreme cost, the amount of tokens. For consumers, that's fantastic right now, but it's not going to last forever. And 20 cents per 1 million tokens or $1.25 per 1 million output tokens, it's quite ridiculous, really. I mean, I don't see how you can keep that up. You're subsidizing this. And when the VC money runs out, that's when these companies are going to get desperate to really, increase their margins. So the AI gravy train is over, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But this obviously looks like it's unsustainable. I've been saying this, but it's going to wear down eventually. There's no way this can continue. So I'm curious what you think in the comments down below. Check out investdaily.app/education for free content just like this, reports just like this as well that we work on. Really me, I work on because it's a one-man operation. But thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you all are doing well, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.